Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fogarty Ice Arena for CTN's coverage of the Section 5 AA quarterfinals between the number 7 seed Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids and the number 2 seeded Blaine Bengals. Joe Young and Jerry Grant up above, and Jerry, I'm pretty sure that SLPC are the only 7th seed starting the playoffs at home.
Well, isn't that a nice thing? That's lovely because, the first time these teams met, Blaine won 6-2. Harper, he had 2 goals, and they had a lot of goals from other guys. It's a single effort. When we look at this Blaine squad, they have a lot of balanced scoring. That's going to be a factor today. SLPCR is going to have to get scoring from the usual guys. We'll see how that plays out.
Of course, Blaine officially the home team, but Blaine Spring Lake Park share the arena here at the Ice House. And so Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids plays half their home games here at Fogarty. And now we are underway in the section playoffs. Olsen dumps it deep for Blaine. They get in on the attack. Lou forces a turnover in the corner, gets some help from Johnson down low. Played back to the near side. Clark gets it ahead for Boston Green. Barsness into the zone, slips a check. Back out to Boston Green. It bounced off his stick right off the top of the crease. Trying to leave it back low for Clark, but that was intercepted by Burns. Burns gets it ahead for Johnson, and Johnson took one last move, and that forced Lou in offside. And a face-off outside the SLPCR blue line, just 31 seconds in.
Yeah, that little move always gets you every time, and so you got to watch that. We'll keep an eye on the goaltenders today as well as you come in and see what's going on with them, as Blaine has a little bit of an advantage. They do a little better defensively than the SLPCR team.
Sam Burns fires it in deep. Waiting for it is Cooper Bayer. He plays it back around. There to sweep it out is Kish. Got it right to Ashton Ryerson. Out to the middle. Armagost is stoned by Wesley Anderle.
Nice passing play.
Played to the line. Turned around by Ian Allen. Ryerson gets it to Kish. He snaps it on, and the save kick to the corner by Anderle. Ryerson bumped off it along the end line, comes up to the near side. Capon pinched a little late. It's chopped past him, and Bayer carries into the offensive end for Blaine. Cutting out front, a huge save by the left pad of Zach Bushy. Play it back around. Sam Coleman will dump it deep.
All caused by that late pinch. If you're going to go, you have to go.
Blocked shot, but didn't get out. Shot again blocked high in the slot. This time the pass ahead for Mellum. Mellum had it swept off his stick as he entered. He'll sweep it down low. Played up the boards, but stopped up. Big hit in the corner. Adams trying to dig it free. Getting a piece of it was Pooter. A big hit again on near boards. Right in front of the Blaine student section, getting the Bengal fans all fired up.
That's where you get the biggest hits for the students. So watch out over there.
Tranby slowing things down in the defensive corner. Gets some help. Swept back to him by Jensen. And that one just had a little too much on it from Adams. Well in front of Mellum. With the icing and a line change. Mellum.
Well, Adams had the right idea. One thing SLPCR is doing, they're trying to stretch out the zone. They're trying to fly a guy, get in the neutral zone, not let Blaine set up their forecheck. I think that's a pretty good strategy early on.
Well, they've had 2 good opportunities. The one that bounced off the stick of Boston Green, and then the one for Ryerson coming through the slot. Quick snapshot from Clark. Quicker glove for Wesley Anderle.
Yeah, it's the 3rd shot for SLPCR so far. They're doing what they want to early. They're getting chances. They're actually getting in the zone with time and space and getting some opportunities.
Clark wins the draw. Barsness' shot, save Anderle into the corner. First one there is Cooper Sterner. He's tied up. Puck knocked down by Guzzi. Gets it across for Lou into the zone. Lou trying to get around the corner. Spins back in the corner. Stops up. Plays it out front. Bounced right back to him. Lou secures it back to the point. Harper is shot. That misses wide off the end board out into the slot. Loose in the equipment of Lou. It comes loose and it's kicked out into the neutral zone by Clark. Fired right back in by Sterner. Matchy plays it back near side. This one intercepted. Played to the front by Bayer. It's broken up and cleared out. Sterner can't get it deep. Clark blocks it all the way back into the Bengal end. Olsen recovers behind his own net.
Yeah,
Plays it up the far side. One touch, 2-on-2. They come through the neutral zone. Bayer down the wing, fanned on the shot, loose puck. Scooped up, turning shot by Walraff was deflected and went wide. Played to the center, but it's secured by Kish. He's got it back the other way, gains the red line and dunks it in deep. Ryerson can't scoop it off the boards. Going the other way is Walraff. He'll take the shot, saved up and out of play by Zach Bushy.
Well, I like SLPCR's attitude. They're very aggressive. They're going in on a two-man forecheck. They're putting pressure on the defensive play, and it's working when they get there, so they have to keep that up.
Lockman wins the draw, back to the point for Coleman. He fires it down low. Back up top, a shot from the top of the slot by Bouch is stopped. Rebound kick back to him. Tried to shovel a backhand back out front. It was knocked back to the corner, recovered by Bouch. His shot deflected. Coleman recovers along the near boards. Knocked down by Harper. His shot, he scores! Cruz Harper coming off the boards, snaps it over the glove of Bushy and puts the Bengals on the board. Less than 5 minutes in.
Well, that's too bad because SLP was doing a good job. But the problem was they were able to not cover that slot area, and Harper found his way in there, and he's able to rip it in. He's been a thorn in the side, and he had 2 goals in the first game, and now he lit up another one. So Harper getting his 9th goal of the year, his 23rd point. Yeah, that's the thing. You really have to pay attention to those people in the slot. You have to cover them.
Right back on the attack, Guzzi trying to center, got it right back, centers again. This shot hit a body out front, deflects into the corner, recovered by Johnson. He plays it deep as he takes contact. Berg comes up with it for SLPCR, able to play it off the boards, out to center. Lou can't get it past Campbell. Campbell continues on the forecheck, down into the corner. He's pinched there by Pooter. Bengals able to send it sailing out of the zone, and that is the definition right there of too many men on the ice.
Yep, it was.
I mean, it couldn't have been more obvious. He caught the pass while the guy he was replacing was standing on the ice 2 feet behind him.
Yeah,
that is the reason for the rule, but I defer.
Yeah, that's evidently they didn't want to call that one. So there we go. Yeah, we're just almost 6 minutes in, 5-15, and Blaine gets that first goal, which is important for them. Because they went Coon Rapids, Spring Lake Park to think that it's not going to be their night. So SLPCR just has to get back to what they did early, get the puck in and get after it. Nice tip.
They got in on the forecheck, tried to play it back to the point. It's deflected, goes all the way back on Bushy. Tranby circles. Caden Carlson. Good east-west movement from the Bengals. Kept in at the blue line by Ferdig. He sends it around. Back toward the slot by Sterner. That was broken up and sent behind. SLPCR gains control. Clark quickly across. Green waits for it off the boards. Backhands it behind Jensen. Walking in Barker. A tip. And a huge save by a sprawling Zach Bushy. He did a full splits after a defensive breakdown.
Wow.
And he shut down an absolute A++ opportunity.
Well, you can't pass the puck lackadaisical in your own end. You got to put some crisp zip on that thing and just make sure you don't put. They've been putting us through that slot area a lot, and Blaine's reading that. They got to start coming up the wall and figuring that one out.
Shot off the draw by Harper, missed high and wide. Battle continues down low in the corner. Bengals able to win it back at the point. Olsen plays it across, catching it on the backhand. Burns sends it down low. Waiting for it there behind is Cruz Harper. Back out to Olsen at the point. Plays it across. Burns. That shot deflected up and out of play. And we'll have another face-off in the SLPCRN. 10:29 to go in period number 1.
Yeah, good stick. That's what you do. Active sticks. Make sure you get that stick on any pucks or shots from the point. Don't collect them out of play. And you can get a line change if you want, which is what SLPCR just done.
Barsness able to win the draw. Tranby gets it ahead for Clark on the wing. Barsness with speed into the zone. Has to track it down in the corner, looking to center. That went all the way through, back out to center. Jansen kicks it to himself and then plays it in. Glove down by Olsen. Olsen waits, looks, weighs his options, steps up. Bouch tips it across. That's a turnover as Barsness sends it in deep. Olsen there to recover for Blaine. Plays it ahead. A good pinch there, but not enough contact from Jensen. SLPCR able to play it back in.
But he disrupted the pass, so he got that done. A nice pass.
Yeah, the one-touch pass for Blaine works better outside the zone, and here they are in transition with numbers. Lockman not able to get it back out front. Played across. Harper was waiting. It was disrupted by Clark. Harper recovers. Takes a shot through traffic. A battle down low. Bushy tracks well and keeps it out of the net. Green takes a bump but gets it back to Jensen. And now skating out of the zone with it is Toby Tranby. He can't get it past the glove hand of Sam Coleman, who sends Lou in on the backhand wide. Lou able to get to his own rebound, but then bumped off it by Tranby in the corner. Tranby pokes it free. Jensen comes in, sweeps at the puck. He's knocked to the ice. Played out to the point. Coleman walking in. That shot right into the midsection of Bushy. And a face-off again in the SLPCRN.
No, at one point the shots were 3-0 SLPCR SLP, but now it's 8-3. Blaine's at 8 in a row. And they're doing it with their forecheck. They're getting to the puck quick. They have a lot of speed.
Well, they move well in transition.
Yeah, and they're using the nice passing across the rink, but they're getting to the puck first.
Face-off win, but it hopped over the stick of Coleman back out to center. Gets it back at his own blue line, gets to the red line, dumps it in, knocked down there by Berg. Landon Berg ahead, hopped away from the stick of Ryerson.
Nice.
Played off the boards, Guzzi carries in, stops up, plays it back to the point. Shot by Coleman from the point, deflected and went wide. Sorry, that was Pooter on the far side, Coleman near side. Keeps it in, Johnson just lets it go. Lou pokes it back to Guzzi. Guzzi trying to center. That was broken up. Armagast sends it too far in front of Ryerson. Then Ryerson to steal off the Coleman indirect. His shot blocked and then played back out of the zone by Pooter. Capon sends it in far corner. There for it is Coleman. Hands off to Pooter. Ahead to Bouch and Johnson into the zone. Stops up, leaves it behind for Bayer. Bayer back to the point. Sterner got there late, trying to get it back to Bayer in the corner. Sterner trying to hold the blue line, but can't. Forced past him by Mellum. Back at his own blue line. Bayer regroups quickly. Up the far side comes Ferdig. He enters the zone. Big hit along the far side by Landon Berg. Puck slides in on Bushy. He covers up for another faceoff.
Well, that's what you have to do. You've got to let the Blaine forwards know that they can't just dangle the puck around without getting hit. Play the body, get them to think about that a little bit, because up to that point, they've just been playing with them, moving the puck to open space, getting there first, getting their heads up, seeing open players and moving around. You got to get them pressure so they don't have that much time.
Boston Green chased back into the corner by Bayer.
Yeah.
A little give and go attempt, trying to get it back to Bayer. Broken up by Bayer.
Turnover.
Shot from Bayer blocked, I think, up by his own player in the high slot into the corner. Sterner from the point. Pad save by Bushy. Played up the boards. Can't get it past Sterner. Now played out, far side. Barsness kicks it down. Cross for Tranby. Tranby's pass knocked down. Got a piece of it. Here comes Bouch walking in. Bouch getting wide, cutting back out front. Stopped up, ends up on top of Bushy. And retaliation. We're going to see what becomes of this. We're going to see our first penalties of the game.
And one of each, it looks like. Yeah, well, that's Blaine driving the net. Again, another turnover, not handling the puck in the neutral zone leads to Blaine coming in with numbers. And it looks like we're going to have roughing, I would guess.
Goaltender interference and rough.
Referees are having a chat still about who's going in. You'd think there'd be a Blaine guy going in. Which one there? All right, so it looks like
Bouch that drove the net. Yeah. I don't know how much of the contact could have been avoided and how much he was forced in, but there's definitely plenty of contact with Bushy.
Yeah.
They ended up in a pile on the far side, and then a little bit of retaliation. Is that Tranby in the box?
Well, SLPCR has got to right now step up for their goaltender, who has faced 12 shots and only let one in. They got to increase their intensity and get back to what they did to start the game.
So we'll stay 5-on-5. Couple of guys, chance to cool their heels for a couple of minutes. Asher Ryerson ahead for Armagast on the wing. Armagast trying to center. Well defended out front was Kish. Harper comes back to get the carom off the miss. Capon keeps it in. Ryerson to Kish trying to center from the corner. That was broken up. Lockwood gets it ahead to Harper. Steps around Capon. Sidesteps a check attempt. Gets it across. The shot from Sam Burns is gloved and held by Bushy.
Well, Blaine is kind of playing chess right now. That was a great move by Harper. He felt some back pressure, stopped, turned, looked up, saw the late person coming across the weak side, slid the puck over to him. A lot of ice, a lot of open space. Good shot, good save by Bushy.
They did call them both roughing. And we play on. Andrew Clark shovels it ahead, and that'll be icing.
Yeah. Good idea, just a little too high. Well, it's only a one-goal game. I mean, SLPCR is hanging in there. You just have to try to get to the period. Down 1-0 after one would be just wonderful if they could just keep grinding it out.
I'd like to see them get back to what they were doing the first couple of minutes and really getting the puck in behind Blaine and getting into forecheck. Quick shot by Lou, missed high and wide. He had room. Gets a chance on the rebound, and Bushy makes yet another save in close. And as you had just mentioned, keeping his team in it, giving him a chance.
Well, they're just, right now, SLPCR is losing all the battles. They're not competing at the level Blaine is. Blaine woke up, and ever since they got rolling here after about 4 or 5 minutes, they are getting after every loose puck.
Quick shot by Johnson, deflects wide, recovered behind by Lou. He's tied up there, but able to center. Clear attempt, Coleman, shot blocked into the corner. Barsness fires it around. Clark takes a look, stops it up, gets it ahead to Green. Green trying to cut back against Pooter. Caught an edge and went down. This one tipped out to center by Johnson. Matchy sends it right back in, and they're
offside.
Going to call that offside.
Well,
and it'll be intentional offside.
SLPCR game is
they are calling it icing.
Zone, Joe, I mean, their game's been stretching the zone. Whenever they're doing that, dump the puck out in the neutral zone. Don't sit down in your own end and think you're going to get out the easy way. Just chip it off the glass, get a horse race going, and they've been doing really well when they've done that.
Well, and they have guys that can move.
Yeah. So use that speed to your advantage.
Quick shot off the face-off win for Fertig, missed high. Battle along the far boards. Fertig keeps it in momentarily. Kick back out to center by Adam Kish, the soccer player. Played back in. Matchy stops it up. Now pokes it free off the stick of Cooper Bayer. He's bumped, but got it back to the point. The shot didn't make it through. Bayer and Kish lock sticks. SLPCR able to get it back out to center. Dumped right back in. Blaine tags up. Kish recovers in the corner. Leaves it behind for Allen, who plays it around.
Sterner's held that puck in every time it's come to him back there.
Chance in tight. Denied a centering attempt. That shot Deflected up and out of play. Good stick to prevent a scoring chance as Fertig was stepping in.
Yeah, well, Bushy with 15 saves on 16 shots. He's been exceptional. But SLPCR just turning the puck over way too many times in their own end. They're not making the right decisions. The pressure's causing them problems. They just have to, again, keep it simple. Head up, look, get it out of the zone.
Of course, easier said than done.
Yeah, well, you always have a second. You just have to
Austin
make
Adams
a quick decision.
able to get it out to center and then ridden off of it. Taken out by his own man, but great battle by Michael Campbell. Campbell getting in. He can't get past Olsen, however. And it's played back up and out of play, keeping the fans in front of us on their toes and paying attention. Always watch for flying pucks.
Well, that play by Olsen for Blaine was exactly how you play defense. He didn't do anything fancy. He just got his body in the way of the player, steered him off to the wall. Nothing happened. He didn't try to fish for the puck. He played the body.
Swept around behind by Sam Burns. One touched out to center. Lockman attacks the zone with Bouch. Leaves it back. A big blast for it. Harper is turned away. Played back out to the point. Bouch keeps it in. Harper flips it on the backhand. Couldn't get it through.
Oh.
Capon takes a huge hit from Bouch.
Yeah, he had his head down and Bouch made him pay.
Turned right into that contact.
Capon's not a little guy. He's a big fella.
Bouch will take it off the boards. Grady Bouch to center, dumps it in, and completes the line change.
Get going. There you go. Move.
Long pass, trying to spring Green on the stretch. Bounces away from him into the corner. He's there first. Barsness gets it back to the point. Tranby able to keep it in. Deflects away from Barsness. Lou able to skate it out to center, or Lockman rather. Johnson into the zone. Johnson trying to get around. He runs into traffic out front. A chance in tight for Guzzi is stopped up. Barsness races back the other way. Swept off his stick by Booter. Back checkers recover. Guzzi quickly gets it back to center. And after a bump, frees the puck. Guzzi recovers, and they've got a power play upcoming.
Oh, for goodness sake.
As Anderle tried to sprint to the bench.
And call interference. Well, that's too bad.
And for Blaine, who has all the momentum right now to go onto the power play.
Yeah, that's too bad because SLPCR just hanging on, but the power play is something that Blaine doesn't do too bad a job at. They are coming in with a fairly decent power play, and they're running it at about 21.5%.
Harper looking out front, trying to set up Bayer sneaking in from the back door. Out of his reach, Burns will receive it at the blue line. He walks to the middle. Back to the middle, Guzzi down low. Guzzi ducks into the corner, back behind for Bayer. Bayer out to the point for Burns. Burns walks to the middle, plays it across. That didn't get through. Quick pass for Kish with speed. Kish can't get around Burns, gets in on the forecheck. Burns turns away from it. And the Bengals will regroup.
Good job by Kish. They'll just buy some time. Good
Burns
play.
had it poked off his stick as he tried to attack in the corner.
Capon's back out with no extra wear after that check.
Fertig stops it up at the blue line. He walks out to the center. Now dumps it in, gets it right back from Bouch. Back to Bouch, top of the circles. Fertig up top. Bouch, a blast, misses wide. Harper out to the point, locked in, and we're going to have a penalty for interference in the offensive zone. That's
like
you want your guys to be aggressive, battle for position, but whether it's your offensive or defensive end, if you knock the other player off their feet and they don't have the puck,
Yeah.
you're typically going to get called
Yeah, and there goes
for interference.
good to see Lou off the ice because he's a dangerous player, so he can sit through the rest of this first period.
We'll play 35 seconds of 4-on-4. And then about 40 seconds of power play time before the break for SLPCR. Blaine gets on the puck quickly. Fertig ahead to Bouch into the zone. Bouch down and around. Head up, takes a look. Out to the point for Olsen. Across, Fertig. Back to Olsen. Olsen can't center. That shot by Lockman deflected up and out of play.
Well, good thing because SLPCR had a player down the slot, got caught up in the traffic, Barsness, and looks like he's all right. A little extra snow on the jersey.
3 seconds remaining on the penalty to Caden Jensen. And then a short power play. So on to the power play with the face-off win. Clark to Barsness. Oh, that was Tranby. This is Barsness with speed. He will send it around. Clark lets it go through to Tranby. Tranby trying to get it back to him. Taken away by Sterner. Tranby able to win it back. Cross for Ryerson into the zone.
Oh, no.
He tried to pass back. That was taken away by Bayer. Bayer with speed, lost the handle. Able to get it back, but sends it just wide, and that'll do it for this first period. The Bengals heavily outshooting SLPCR, but just a 1-0 lead, and they'll have 46 minutes of penalty to kill, 46 seconds of penalty to kill when we start the second period. We'll take a break, be back with more action from Fogarty after this. You're watching Section 5 AA quarterfinals on CTN. Back at the Ice Forum, the Ice House, of Fogarty Arena.
Yeah, a lot of ice, this and that.
Joe Young, Jerry Grant, CTM's coverage of the Section 5 2A quarterfinals. Number 2 seeded Blaine Bengals, a 1-0 lead over the number 7 seed Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad. Despite outshooting them 18-3 in that first frame.
Yeah. And 9 shots in the house for Blaine to 1 for SLPCR. And we talk about SLPCR came out of the gate playing great. They had the first 3 shots of the game. Since then, Blaine has had all 18 since.
So, well, and once the Bengals kind of got their feet moving, they are all over the ice and creating all kinds of troubles with their pressure.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're getting loose pucks, and when they get to them, they're spreading out, moving it around, and making sure that they're getting the passes where they want to, and it's all good.
We're waiting for the refs. They have arrived. It's not very often you have you're waiting on the referees.
Well, they had an extra cup of coffee, evidently.
But they got it.
Here we go.
And we are ready to play the second period. SLPCR, 46 seconds of power play time to start the period, but the Bengals win the draw, get possession, play it down deep. Bushy trying to play it in the corner away from Lockman. And now Jansen will get control, play it across. Barsness is passed back to the near side. Deflected, here comes Lockman. He's got help out front. Sliding sweep Toby Tranby saving a great shorthanded chance, a goal at the other end out front. Adam Kish, the one-timer on the power play. We're tied at 1.
Well, they stayed with the play. There was a little bit of sloppy passing in the neutral zone because of the pressure of Blaine, but they're able to stick with it. Bars is stuck with it. They're able to move the puck over, and the game is tied. Kish was able to get in alone. Barry, that was a heck of a nice shot.
A great feed from Andrew Clark on the far boards. Adam Kish at the back posts. Hammers it home, and it's all tied up.
Yeah, and give Clark credit. He stayed with that puck. I mean, it wasn't exactly clean on the stick, but he was able to get control of it, look up, and make that pass. And
well, it all starts with the sliding stop on the shorthanded opportunity by Toby Tranby. At the other end, they, like you said, they made their way through center ice. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. They stayed with it, and again, a good feed from Clark to Kish. And we're all tied at 1. Blaine playing it in deep. Bayer had it tipped away from him behind the net.
Yeah, pressure's intense. Got to move it fast.
Out to the point. Sterner throws it wide.
Kish's 9th goal of the year. He's up 27 points.
Oh, it was Ashton. They said Ashton Ryerson. Maybe it was Ryerson, but pretty sure that was Andrew Clark on the far side that gave him the initial feed. Armagast puts it on goal, patted away by Anderle.
Well, starting the period the way they started the first.
Allen throws it on net, sticked away by Anderle. Mellum sends it around. Allen all the way down to the hash marks, fires it into the far corner. Adams pressuring, turned over.
Nice.
Mellum back across, out of the reach of Holland. It bounces back out to center. Berg off the boards, back in. Campbell gives chase. Sterner reverses. Fertig is there. He sweeps it past the pressure. Allen steps up, sends it back into the zone. Bounces to Lockman. Lockman circles away from Mellum. Gains some speed through center. Lockman down the right wing, throws it up over the net. And out to the blue line. That shot deflected up and over. Good stick from Blake Mellum. Lockman, top of the zone. Pooter stepping in. Down low, back to Pooter up top. It's in his skates, didn't know. Poked free, a chance for Adams. Out coming is Anderle. He plays it off the boards, out to center ice. Turning with it is Lockman. Lockman takes the shot and misses wide, out of the reach of Bouch on the near side. He's able to catch up with it and send it back deep. Lockman in behind. Harper recovers. Bengals buzzing again.
Yeah, forecheck.
Cruz Harper.
Penalty.
And a penalty coming up. Again, you can battle in front, but as soon as you take your opponent off their feet and the puck's nowhere near, you're going to get a penalty, and nearly it was a goal instead, but finally SLPCR able to touch the puck. They're going to call it cross-check. Could easily be interference on Allen, knocking his man to the ice in front of the net.
Well, one of the problems for Allen, he got caught out there long. He was looking to get to the bench early in that shift, but he was not able to get there, and I think he got a little tired, and he was able to just kind of, unfortunately, get a little bit too rough in front of the net with the referee there, and they called it a rough. So another power play.
Bengals just an abbreviated power play in the first because they took the interference penalty late, but they did not get a shot. They had a couple opportunities. Great forecheck from Clark. Forces the turnover, tried to set up Barsness for an opportunity, crashing the far wing. Bayer crosses the zone, leaves it back to the point for Bayer. Bayer down low. It's poked away from Cooper Bayer. Recovers out to Guzzi up top. Cross for Burns. Cooper Bayer out looking for Guzzi. He missed it. Barsness in a foot race. He's in behind, not able to get a good shot off. Yeah. He's looking for a penalty. Not going to get it.
A slash or a hook on the hands.
Walrath can't catch it cleanly as he enters. Up in the air, batted right to Ryerson. Ryerson Slides it for Andrew Clark. Clark stops up, plays it across. Ryerson off the carom, circles in the corner. Fires it back out of the reach of Capon.
Turn and look. Don't turn and look. Oh, there you go. Oh,
and don't hit your teammates. Berg gets it to Ryerson. He sends it back. Capon recovers and
up into the ceiling. Ay. 0 for 2. Too bad. He had time and space to get that puck out. Keep moving. That's the one thing. You can't stand still. Just keep skating. Take a couple strides up ice, look, and then find your spot. Oh, you youngsters out there, always keep moving. Well, had a good penalty kill so far. I got to win this draw.
Yeah, they haven't, again, like the abbreviated power play in the first, they had some opportunities but weren't able to get anything through to the net. No shots on goal yet in this power play. Just 30 seconds remaining to the penalty at Ian Allen. Good pressure from Aston Ryerson, recovered by Lou. Franklin Lou dashes in, fans on the shot. Loose puck, Luke comes back to it, poked away. Furtick recovers, plays it across. Lockman, send it down low. Harper back to Lockman. Near side, Bouch a one-timer, patted away. They bring it back to him. Was in his skates. That'll be the only shot of that.
Ooh, let that one go.
Power play, and yeah, that's.
Yeah, fans don't like that. That could have been a call.
I'm not. Well, and I thought the
okay.
icing had been waved off for a deflection at center. Yeah. But not the call. It will be icing.
Bosch is complaining to the ref about that one. It looked like a tackle, but oh well. It's hard to get 2 in a row sometimes.
Yeah, there was a slash and then a trip.
Yeah, but FLPCR is playing a good series so far. They killed that one off. They're moving their feet.
Capon sends it along, near side, played through center, touched by Pooter. Anderle out to play it. Clark pressuring. Pooter in the corner. Sends it up the boards. Green cuts it off. Boston Green for SLPCR had it taken away by Porter Bayer. Porter Bayer into the zone. Gets it low for Cooper Bayer. Porter on the far side. Pressured, sends it back for Cooper. Cooper tied up in the corner by Caden Jansen. Played to the line, Coleman holds. Coleman shoots through traffic, deflected, and ends up behind. Poked away from Harper. This one's deflected up and out of play. 10:44 to go. Period number 2.
And I'll tell you what, the other thing, Joe, which is kind of amazing right now, is SLPCR has held Blaine to 1 shot in the first 6 minutes and 16 seconds here.
Well, and they have done a nice job of blocking shots really all game long. Getting in passing, getting in shooting lanes, either with their body or their stick. So the shot attempts are much greater difference than the 19-5 shots on goal.
Yeah, but they're moving, they're competing, they're moving their feet, and they're staying in it that way.
That shot blocked and out to center as if on cue. Good positioning by Armagots. Knocked down by Jensen. Lou a chance, and he buries it.
What
and
a
Blaine
lucky deal
is back
that was.
in front.
What a lucky deal that was. SLPCR player gets a glove on it, drops on Lou's stick, and he buries it in the far corner. Sometimes you just can't get the luck, and that time Blaine got the luck.
Yeah, it was good block from Armagots to get it out into neutral ice. They went to dump it in, and I don't know if it's Caden Jansen. I think that reached up and knocked it down, and unfortunately it was right
on his
in
stick.
the wheelhouse for Franklin Lou, and he puts it just inside the far post. Bengals back in front. A fan on the pass attempt, and Lou is right there again. Lou circles out of the corner. Out to the point, Olsen across for Burns. Burns to the top of the circles, leaves it back for Olsen. His shot through traffic to the back of the net, and the Bengals have a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's unfortunate. When things happen sometimes, you got to keep going, and Blaine's able to hold the puck in, able to get all that traffic in front, a lot of confusion, a lot of physicality, and they get the screenshot and they get the goal. I don't know who got that one, but Lou just got his 8th goal. We'll see who they give that one.
Dylan Olson had the initial shot. I don't know that it hit anything out front, or if Bushy just never saw it, because there was a lot of traffic between him and the shooter at the blue line.
3 shots, 2 goals in the last 30 seconds.
Those 2 goals just 26 seconds apart. And a 1-1 game, all of a sudden a 3-1 lead for the Bengals.
Yeah,
SLPCR able to get it down and get in on the attack. Allen trying to dump, hit it in the rafters again.
Well, you just have to keep playing. I mean, they had a good start to the period, a couple of bad breaks. Get back to what you're doing and try to keep it tight. Yeah,
2 assists given on the Lou goal, which was really a knockdown dump-in attempt.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Those are
those are
really
player an assist?
Those are really nice assists to get.
No wonder they have so many points on the score sheet. There you go. Stay with it though.
Nearly had the steal at center. Austin Adams, Mellum gets it in, whips a shot wide. Adams separates the puck, but it's scooped up by Cooper Sterner. Cross to the near side, drop back by Furtick. Disrupting is Mellum. Olsen from Burns is the last goal scorer, so they say that Olsen's shot not deflected, at least by a teammate.
His first goal of the year.
Out front.
To go with his 10 assists, 11 points now.
Shot from the point, misses wide, out of the reach of Lockman. Harper there to recover. Harper, top of the circle, snaps his shot. That may have hit Bouch out front. Back to the point, Furtick. Keeps it in. Allen's pass deflected up and out of play. No, it didn't make it right.
Yeah, you know, it's time to get a whistle, get the players out. It looks like they called icing on that. Well, 3-1, still a good hockey game. Got to keep, again, the weird thing, they had 2 shots out of the gate to start the period. Now they haven't had a single one in about 5 minutes.
Well, hope they get again on the offensive end, as we saw in the first period, all 3 of their shots in the first couple of minutes, and then all Blaine after that.
Ooh, back door.
Pooter keeping it in, getting it back now from the point. That's sent to the corner by the blocker of Bushy. Gets another save on a long shot. But comes to Andrew Clark. Plays it across. Boston Green off the boards. Has speed, leaving it for Barsness. Broken up, though, by Pooter. Pooter quickly gets it. Oh! What a great play to the back door by Walraff. After getting the initial pass from Cooper Bayer, Walraff behind, just one-handed it back, and it was just out of Cooper's reach. Bayer back to the point. Pooter sends it across. Coleman a shot. Stopped by Bushy.
Oh my.
Flipped up to the line.
I guess not.
Coleman jumped up to keep that in, and they say no, it was offside.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that Blaine does so well is they use their points. They go D to D a lot because the pressure's not on them. They're moving it back and forth, looking for a lane, looking for a player then to move to a different spot, set up their offense in the zone. So SLPCR decided to pack it back closer into the house and defend there, but that gives the points a lot of time and space.
Face-off win for Kish. Pass comes to Ryerson. Ryerson couldn't get the pass through, and Bengals on the turnover. Lou off the boards for Guzzi. Guzzi chips it around Kapanen in, gives chase. Lou stops it up along the boards, but it's held by Burns and played in deep. Kish sends it around. Armagost trying to sidestep a check from Johnson.
Yeah, 2 people.
Yeah, the pressure and then the support. Solid hit by Kapan to take Johnson off the puck. Lou sends it in. Guzzi Down low, Johnson pressured by Capon, able to protect the puck, get it back to Lou. He gets it to Burns. The shot sticked away by Bushy. And finally, Armagost says, I've seen enough, and sends it the length of the ice for icing.
No answer for that forecheck right now except ice the puck. Once they establish it, they're getting the loose pucks. They say the second man pressure's there to pick up. Textbook, play the body, second man gets the puck, and away you go.
6:36 to go in period number 2. Blaine Bengals with 2 goals, just 26 seconds apart to break a 1-all tie. Midway through this second period, Boston Green into the zone. He's pressured, coughs it up, played out to center by Fertig. Into the zone, Bouch plays it out front. Harbor had his stick taken away from him. SLPCR back the other way. Boston Green trying to get around Fertig. Tough angle shot, fanned on it, lost an edge, went hard into the end boards, but he's up, he's okay. Clark recovers, he fans on the shot. Back to the point for Tranby, plays it across. Allen plays it down low. Shot by Clark, misses wide into the corner.
Yeah.
Harper recovers and skates to center.
Well, they need more of that. That was nice. Just a little more of that.
Bouch had it taken away by Allen, but there to recover it for him is Harper. Got it right back to Bouch. Bouch the shot, stick save, up and out of play. Zach Bushy continues to play solidly between the pipes for the SLPCR squad.
Yeah, Bouch, he's been very physical. You notice him on the ice. He's making a lot of plays, using his body, getting in after it, and causing a lot of problems on the forecheck and also in the neutral zone. Got to keep your head up with that guy around you. The shots right now are just 7-2 for Blaine, so it's a better period for SLPCR defensively. But they just kind of
Cooper Bayer to Porter Bayer. His shot denied by Bushy. Bengals recover. Out to the point. Coleman is shot. Blocker save Bushy. Porter Bayer squeezed to the corner. Cooper is there to assist. Played off it by Kish. His pass in the skates of Ryerson, but Ryerson able to kick it back to Kish. His shot deflected and ends up wide. Nate Walruff holds along the near boards, kicks it back for Porter Bayer. Cooper Bayer will carry into the zone along the right wing, leave it off for Walrath. He's tied up by Ryerson. Bayer back to the point. Coleman through traffic, hit a body out front, deflected into the near corner. Capon pressured by Porter Bayer. Digging for it is Caden Jensen as well. Pokes free. Kish there to dig it out. Plays it off the far boards. Armagost gives chase. Olsen protects with his body, and it's played out by Anderle. Bayer to Burns down the right wing. Defenseman carries deep, sets up Porter Bayer, or Cooper Bayer rather, and he is denied again on a one-timer. Ryerson the other way. Sends it across. Nobody in blue could get a stick on it. Sent back in deep by Michael Campbell. Fighting for it, Mellum. Campbell a chance. That ends up wide. Walrath will just fire it around. Held at the line by Landon Berg. Berg walking in. His shot misses wide.
Hit the net.
Stepping in, Tranby. He keeps it in deep. Olsen recovers down low. Olsen, an assist and a goal inside the span of 30 seconds in this period. Tranby stopping it up just shy of the red line, but his dump in hit the linesman. Mellum recovers. Tranby plays it back, and now Adams at center. His pass behind Mellum. Mellum bumped off of it, able to poke it ahead to Austin Adams. Adams gets it deep and takes a hit from Olsen. First one there, Sam Burns. He takes a bump from Blake Mellum. Get it ahead to Franklin Lou. And another fan, this time by Landon Berg. Johnson recovers for the Bengals, stops up, finds a little bit of time. Some fresh legs on the ice for Blaine. Hands off. Sturmer from a tough angle, gets his own rebound, carries behind. Off the boards, out to Fertig. Fertig plays it across. Johnson, a quick one-timer, misses wide into the near corner. Sterner at the blue line, sends it back for Lou. Franklin Lou, top of the zone. Protects, and then a little miscommunication. Forced to just dump it in deep. Jensen ahead, now gets it right back. Toby Tranby, to Clark. Clark's shot is blocked. Clark stays with it. Tranby A shot hit the traffic out front. Barsness gets it back to Tranby. His shot is blocked, and here's Harper. Harper behind the defense on the breakaway, backhand scores! Cruz Harper's second of the game makes it 4-1 late in the second period.
Well, it's just been a couple of lucky bounces, a mistake. That's when you're the last guy. You got to make a decision to shoot that puck, and if you get it blocked, that's what's going to happen. So Harper blocked it, got on his horse, and you weren't catching him. Off he went. So sometimes you got to make a decision to dump that in the corner, but that's how it goes sometimes. Too bad. Playing a good period, but Blaine, every time you give them an opportunity, they score. And that's a big goal. It's 3-1. You're still feeling good, but 4-1, starting to sneak away from you a little bit. It's reminiscent of the first game. It got to 4-1.
Well, it was 4-0 at the end of two. The first time these two teams played, which was just a little more than 2 weeks ago. Kish in an opportunity, denied a rebound. Chance is turned away by Anderle as well as Ryerson tried to sneak it through the 5-hole. Harper back the other way. His pass denied. Bouch in the corner, sweeps it behind. Lockman takes a hit, and that ends up bouncing up and out of play.
No, good answer. SLPCR comes out, gets down there. Kish gets a good chance. Rebound, another chance. Just not able to put it in. Blaine can change lines there. Didn't like that. 155. See if they can get to the 30-shot mark at 29 now. They started slow, but all of a sudden now they're up to 11. 11-3. That's free in shots.
Centering effort, only blue jerseys are there. Ryerson ahead to Aiden Armagast. Armagast trying to get around Olsen, leaves it back for Ryerson and handcuffed him a bit. He stays in the fight, but it's turned the other way by Porter Bayer. Jackson Barsness able to get the steal, but then Jensen's pass taken right back. Ryerson now for Armagast at center. Trying to send it across, knocked down. Ryerson a quick shot, and that ends up wide. Olsen flips it up and out of the zone. It was played with a high stick.
Yep, that's okay.
1:12 left in period number 2.
Yeah, it's okay to play with a high stick because Blaine had guys in the neutral zone. They're flying. They had numbers. Get a high stick, touch it, get a whistle, but comes down your end with 1:12 to go.
Face-off win for the Bengals. Shot through traffic. Pad save Bushy. Played to the line. Coleman fires it right back on net. In the corner, Johnson wins the battle. Comes away with it behind the net. Capon sweeps it away from him, but it went right to Wilson Guzzi. He's bumped off it. Pooter keeps it in at the blue line. Under a minute remaining here in the second. This one flipped all the way down. It'll be icing. Out of the reach of Boston Green.
Yeah.
SLPCR again comes out fast in the period. They end up scoring 41 seconds in on the power play. Adam Kish. And they played even for the next 5 minutes or so, and then 6 minutes, and then back-to-back bang-bang plays. Yeah. The first one off a bounce that just kind of went Blaine's way.
Yeah, lucky.
Left it for Franklin Liu to walk in alone. He had a nice shot. It was a possible bounce for SLPCR, but Clark didn't know that Boston Green was out ahead of him.
Yeah, I had to see that. It was wide open.
Liu back the other way. Tipped off his stick. Johnson recovers. Out to the point, Coleman. Across for Pooter. Into the slot. Liu a slight deflection and quickly turned around by the boys in blue. Jackson Barsness. Speed. Around. Behind. Got it to Clark. Back out front. 5 seconds left and a chance for Liu on the break. Takes the shot, partially deflected by Tranby. Gets there and gets a good stick.
Good thing, because Liu was in the same spot he was in when he ripped that one to the far corner. Almost got it again.
So a burst at the end of the period for the Blaine Bengals. They have a healthy 3-goal lead going to the third period. We'll take a break and be back with the final frame of this Section 5 AA quarterfinal right after this on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
The whole season comes down to this for the Spring Lake Parks Coon Rapids squad, entering the third period of Section 5 AA quarterfinal play, trailing 4-1 to the Blaine Bengals, the number 2 seed in Joe Young, Jerry Grant up above. They played a spirited game, especially the first couple of minutes of each period.
Right.
But once the Bengals got their feet going and started moving, they were really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, for half of that second period after SLPCR scored that goal, it was a good game. It was really nice. But then the Bengals got that break when that puck was dumped in, hit the defenseman's hand. Lou picked it up, zipped in, and fired a shot in. Since then, Blaine's been on a roll.
Guzzi able to win a stick battle, flips the puck in deep. Lou gives chase, ties up with Tranby. Tranby gets it to Clark, ahead for Ryerson. Got it back to Barsness. Barsness to Kish into the zone. Across to Ryerson, and they got Andrew Clark out there playing on the blue line with Tranby.
And that's off there. Get things mixed up. Well, this unit here, when they came out today, they have got a mix up there. Going to shorten their bench and see what happens.
Well, this is pretty much their number one power play unit.
Yeah. Well,
Tranby, the lone true defenseman on the ice. Clark holds the shot from the point, sticked away easily by Anderle. Tranby pinches on the far side. Kish recovers, but it's called the hand pass. And
yeah, it's an interesting strategy, but I'll tell you what, right out of the gate, just like the first two periods, got a rush, used their speed, got in the zone, got an opportunity, got a shot towards the net. Actually got one shot, and they got up to 8. The puck's all the way down here, and Blaine gets a good draw.
Clark ties up with Lou in the corner, comes free. Guzzi slides it across the top of the crease. Johnson recovers out of the far corner. Skates away from the pressure from Ryerson. Looks back to the point. Olsen takes a look. Stays with it, dumps it in deep. Johnson couldn't stop it up. Clark moves it ahead. Ryerson had it hop off his stick. Clark ahead to Barsness into the zone. Stops up, waiting for help. His team changing behind him. Armagast will chop it back in deep. Sam Burns recovers for the Bengals. Long pass. Bumped by Green. Turned around inside the blue line by Caden Jensen. Comes right back to it. Jensen off the boards. Played across for Armagast. Off the boards looking for Kish, but intercepted by Walrep. Coleman plays it out to center. It ends up going all the way down. Jensen will swing it around. Stopped up by Porter Bayer, but kind of fanned on the shot attempt. SLPCR able to recover. Armagast at center ice. Cutting across, attacking 1v3. Just chops it back in deep and goes for a line change. Capon steps up and denies the puck for Walraff. Pooter to Walraff and back. Through center, poked away. That's Lockwood, goes right to Cooper Bayer. Cooper Bayer back to the point. Stepping in, the shot by Lockman went wide. Played all the way around. Pooter back out at center. Across, Coleman stepping in, and Cooper Bayer had not quite cleared the zone, so they're offside.
Yeah, good thing, because there was time and space over here. And that was a mistake by the Bengals, and get a face-off out here. Coleman says, darn, I had a good chance to sneak in there. Yeah, 2 lines right now, shorten the bench.
Tranby out to center. Barsness got it into the zone, slowed, but SLPCR stays on the forecheck. Kish pinned to the Backboard by Tanner Ferdig. Trying to center. Kicked free by Ryerson. A blocker save for Anderle. Kish trying to center. Fanned on it. Barsness pokes it back into the corner. Ryerson will send it back. Barsness circles to Kish. A deflection in, and Anderle in good position, able to make the save and hold for the faceoff.
Yeah, two shifts for this line, and two good shifts so far. They've had offensive zone pressure. If they can keep that up to 10 on the shots now. Okay, weird game. All three periods have started this way for SLPCR. They've been really good for a few minutes.
Ashton Ryerson squeezed off it along the end board by Guzzi. Played around. Johnson back to Guzzi. Played across. Tranby will send it back in deep. Anderle leaves it there. Olsen to center. Johnson steps away from Clark. Armagast comes over and gets the steal. He turns up ice. Chopped off of his stick by Guzzi. Guzzi gets it back to Johnson, and Weston Johnson skates through center. Johnson going wide, backhand, and a save and a hold for Zach Bushy. And Franklin Lou right on the doorstep looking for the rebound.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Blaine's able to use it. They're winning a lot of these little battles on the wall. You say they're chopping the stick first, and I guess it's not slashing, but they're able to get stick control, get the puck loose, and then second man comes in and cleans it up. So
yeah, they get good support and real good in transition.
Yeah.
Face-off win, Pooter to Bayer along the boards, out to Coleman, plays it across. Pooter hit the traffic out front, poked to Walraff, and he had it poked off his stick right as he tried to shoot. Armagast gets to center and dumps it in. Played across the top of the crease. Armagast controls off the boards. Trying to center. Adams was well covered. Owland unable to keep it in at the blue line. SLPCR has to tag up. Pooter with time sends it to Walraff at the offensive blue line into the zone. Clark steers him into the corner. Porter Bayer couldn't control. Walraff able to poke it back to him. Loose puck. Kish takes a look. Flips it to the line. Held by Pooter, who just fires it into the far corner. Tranby ducks away from the pressure. Pokes it behind. Clark moves it to Kish. Kish for Barsness. Adams.
Yeah.
Adams bumped off it by Sterner, but gets it into the zone.
Yeah, Sterner saw Adams. He had him lined up.
Ferdig gets it to Cruz Harper. Lockwood from a tight angle. Blocker saved by Bushy. Bouch can't control. Kish digs it free for SLPCR. Gets it for Barsness along the right wing. Sterner cuts him off.
Yeah.
Ryerson trying to center. Stick goes flying. Puck still loose. Sterner recovers. Out of the reach of Harper. Harper plays it from a short angle off the pad of Bushy back into the corner. SLPCR able to win it back. Boston Green out of the reach of Ryerson. Chopped away by Ferdig. Loose puck skated onto by Andrew Clark. Clark takes a hit from Lockman high in the zone. Bouch back the other way for Blaine. Bouch lost the handle. Skates around Capon and tries to recover. Capon wins the battle of strength that time.
He got even that time, yeah.
Olsen out at center. Got it back to Cruz Harper. He skates back to his own blue line. Burns plays it back to Olsen. Going Olsen off the near boards. Capon there to break that up, but can't get it ahead for Armagast. Franklin Lou on the attack again. Johnson out for Burns. A shot through traffic. I'm not sure how Bushy saw it, but he caught it, and he holds on.
Well, once again, SLPCR had a chance to get that puck out of their end. Blaine stuffed it in on him and was able to get a good chance off that. Just got to get that puck out like they've been doing for the first 6 minutes here. They've been doing a nice job getting that puck out of their end.
Yeah, most of what Blaine is doing is not extra pretty. It's not finesse. It's take advantage when the other team makes a mistake, in this case a failed clear, and just get it deep, get in on the attack and pressure, and good things happen.
Just grind, get in there and pucks in and get after him. Good block.
And that is, I think, probably the brightest point maybe for SLPCR tonight is how many shots they block. Great setup this time, and Johnson just fires up and over. It bounced up and out of play, and that was one of the prettiest setups they've had all game, just as I'm talking about them not doing a lot of finesse plays. That was beautifully set up, and Johnson just leaning away from it, got underneath it a little bit, and then off the dasher up out of play.
Good triangulation, found the open man.
It's amazing what you can do when you have two options with the puck.
Good setup.
Good pressure on the defensive end for SLPCR, forces the turnover. Kish into the zone, slows, waiting for help, takes the shot, saved Anderle. Johnson flips it around, Kish out to the line. Clark's shot blocked by Johnson. Lou leads the rush again, poked away by Tranby, trying to center. He's tied up by Clark, able to tie up on Johnson out front. Tranby across, Clark. And that one tied Ryerson up a bit, ends up being icing.
Yeah.
9:46 on the clock.
Yeah, SLPCR does a nice job reversing the puck a couple of times, get away from the forecheck, spread it out to the neutral zone, stretching the zone out, just didn't get the tip. Yeah, Blaine with 4 shots on goal, and SLPCR with 5 at this point. So, been a good period, just need a goal.
Another strong shot block, this time from McCullough. Mellum plays it in deep. Levi McCullough there in the near corner. Tied up there, Bengals able to send it out to center. Ian Allen stops it up, sends it right back in. First one there is Carlson. He's able to reverse it for Porter Bayer. Cooper Bayer into the zone, had it stripped by Mellum. Left for Porter Bayer. Another shot block for SLPCR. Mellum comes onto the loose puck. Trying to spring Dylan Berg down the right wing. He's cut off there by Coleman. And it's recovered by Porter Bayer. Head out of the reach of Walraff. Barsness back in front of his own net. Will circle and gain speed. Barsness had it poked away by Fertig. Plays it around. Mellum sweeps it out to the point. Allen takes a shot. That's blocked out front. Barsness recovers. He shoots. Anderle the save. Barsness playing it out to the point. Held there by Allen. Across for Clark. A shot. Pad save. Rebound played out to Walraff. Clark keeps it in at the blue line again. Walking in. Top of the circles. Kish. A shot and a hold for Anderle. Lockman had lost his stick, but continued to try and at least pressure Kish and hamper his shot a bit.
Well, I'm really impressed with SLPCR, the way they've come out this period. They've really played well. They were taking it to Blaine at times and just need a goal.
Face-off win. Clark plays it across, and that one snuck out. And it'll be offside.
Yeah, too bad. All right, get the next draw, try to get it right back in. SLPCR up to 15 shots, so they've had a 8-shot period so far.
Into the zone, Barsness a chance, and Anderle kicks it to the corner. Ryerson recovers, Kish keeps it in. His shot blocked, and then a fan attempt by Lockman.
Yeah, too bad.
And Harper was looking to split the defenders and get in for a potential hat trick on the breakaway.
For another one, what you did in the second period.
Ryerson across, Armagast pressured there by Sterner into the corner. Clark plays it across the blue paint. Cruz Harper recovers off the board. He's got Guzzi with him. Flips the backhand just wide. Guzzi flips it off the side of the net. Recovered by Andrew Clark. Clark slowly through center, waiting for help. Skips away from Boston Green. Tried to get it deep, but could not. Sent the other way, and that'll be icing. 7:15 to go. Period number 3.
Yeah, well, there you go. Snuck in another shot there. So.
Clean score sheet this far.
Up to 9. 9 shots for SLPCR to 4 for Blaine this period. So they've scrambled the lines. It's been working great.
Shot from the point, blocked by Johnson into the corner. Adams sends it in deep. Armagot's tied up. Green recovers. Boston Green circles back. Olsen pins him to the boards. Green continues to battle. Now swept around near side. Capon steps up, sends it back in deep. Only one there is Sam Burns. He sends it to center. Frank Lou fell but maintained possession. Gets up and dances his way back into the zone, flips it on goal, and it's sticked away by Bushy.
Lou did an interesting move there. He's on his knee, grabbed the puck with his hand, just kind of passed it over towards his stick, got up and took off. Whatever worked. Yeah, 6:38 if you're a senior. You've got to dig deep because otherwise your career is done. And they've done that, the seniors. They've played really hard this game.
Cooper Bayer trying to jump the gun, and instead it's Porter Bayer that's kicked out of the face-off circle. SLPCR wins. Kish cross-ice pass, missed everybody, and that's icing.
Yeah, he knew that. He's like, ah, darn it. Yeah, well, good breakout. Got the open guy. Just keep moving. Try to get that weak side wing. And just about 8 feet too far in front.
Face-off win for SLPCR. Ryerson to Kish into the zone. Backhanding it toward the slot. It trickles in on Anderle. Barsness was well defended by Coleman, trying to crash down the slot.
Yeah, well, call that a shot. Up to 10.
Yeah, so far this has been their best period, SLPCR, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a real good period of hockey.
Bayer wins the draw to the corner, but Kish gets there first. Cooper Bayer couldn't poke it past along the boards.
That's it. Keep battling.
Yeah. Cooper Bayer onto a loose puck down the right wing. Able to dance past the defender. Looking for Walref, a one-timer, and Bushy a big save. Centering attempt taken away by Ryerson. Ryerson playing it back into the high slot, and fortunate for him that that's a hand pass. Don't ever do that again, young man.
Yeah, oh my, yeah. Good, well, good thing. Otherwise,
we talked about it, especially in the first period.
Yeah.
Lackadaisical passes, especially high in your defensive zone. But a behind-the-back soft pass to the top of the slot.
Oh.
He did have teammates in the vicinity. Can't do it there.
Can't do it there.
I'm all for area passes. I understand the effectiveness and the appeal that they can have.
But not there.
But not in the high slots unless you're 100% sure that it's your guy who's going to be there.
They're changing lines or something like that.
But that's all right. It's a bounce that didn't come back to hurt them. Bengals getting a little deeper into their bench. With a 4-1 lead late in this quarterfinal game. Sterner knocks it down. Berg plays it off the boards. Mellum tips it into the zone.
Oh, there's a penalty. And that will be called. That was an interference or whatever you want to call that on Blaine.
And are we going to get one going back the other way?
Get the goal.
Finally, Blaine gets a touch. The shot after the whistle, and Cooper Sterner didn't like that. He came over and
in front of the
gave
body
a shot
again.
and continues to jaw. And I think we're going to see. We'll see if there ends up being a power play, because now we're seeing Sterner go, we're seeing Caden Jensen go, and now over comes Owen Hasling. I think got the original penalty. This was a clean period. This is the first mark in the score sheet at 11:59 of the period, and we've got 3 penalties.
Well, you know what happens. You get down to 5 minutes, you get a 3-goal lead. sometimes players realize what's going on with their career and it gets a little more physical. Now these guys have probably played hockey against each other a few years, and you never know if there's any, little things going on there as well. But I'm glad the referees cleaned that up right away and called all those penalties. Say, hey, we've got a good game so far. Let's not wreck it at this point, getting out of hand. If so, we're going to send you to the box.
So it will be an SLPCR penalty unless I'm miscalculating.
Yeah, Blaine bench is still arguing. They only have
So
two guys out right now.
I'm just going to write it down as interference on Owen Hasling. That was the initial call. Unsportsmanlike on Caden Jensen for shooting after the whistle, and then a rough against Cooper Sterner.
Yeah, but that sounds about right.
And a discussion with Coach Trevor Frischman, Blaine Bengal alum, class of 2000, won a state tournament.
Well, yeah, back
while
in that old team.
They wearing the blue and white.
Yeah.
He's got his pictures on the side of the wall here across the way.
Yeah, right behind us is Mr. Bukestead.
Well,
He wasn't a bad player.
A number of guys that we got to see, but Trevor graduated. He played for Columbus. I think played some with the New York Islanders. Had a nice little chat with him before the game. And we've seen a lot of great players come out of the Blaine program.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he is among them. Shot deflected wide. Ryerson sweeps it around. Clark across Barsness. Down low, Ryerson trying to get to the bumper. That's deflected. Tranby drops it down across for Barsness. Back to Tranby. Elbowing is the call against Hasling. Olsen, a good pinch to force the turnover. Barsness able to win it back from Lou. So the other two are both called roughing. This one's sent around and all the way down by Dylan Olsen. So you come in on Bushy. He just sweeps it there for Clark. He's pressured there by Porter Bayer. All the way back up. Ice. Andrew Clark circles, slows, looks. Fires it around behind. Barsness has to hustle, able to keep it in. Tranby, or Adams rather, in the middle. A one-timer by Clark misses, and Barsness not able to keep it in this time.
Yeah, from that angle, you miss the net. That's what happens.
That pass out of the reach of Ryerson goes right in on Andrew Lee. He quickly gets it to a defenseman who can send it 200 feet.
Yep.
25 seconds remaining on the power play. Speed through center for Boston Green. Enters on the left wing. He'll take the shot and miss everything but the net over the glass.
Yeah, I thought that was Barsness for a second, the way Green was moving. It was good to see that speed. He was really
and that is, as you look at this team, there 11 seniors will be hard to replace.
Oh, yeah.
Including a number of their top guys, but the top of their leaderboard, Ashton Ryerson with the hat trick against Osseo. I think he had a couple more in the 9-1 win against Northern Edge. He ends up being a team, 13, leading the team with 26 points. And Adam Kish, the other team leader at 26, is a junior. So
Kish at 27. So how about that?
Today, correct. Yep. But then Clark and Barsness, and then you've got sophomore Aiden Armagast. And Boston Green right behind them at 16 and 10 points.
So there's some guys that can fill the sheet up again, I'm sure. But they're gonna miss the seniors like always. 3:09 left. It's Blaine just settling in. They don't need another goal. They just have to play good defense and get out of this power play situation with 8 seconds left. So if Blaine gets through this, they're looking good.
Yeah, they will look forward to a semifinal game. Timeout, SLPCR, 3:09 to go. They will play the later game on Saturday at out in Elk River at the Furniture and Things Arena Community Center. They will face the winner of number 3 Centennial and number 6 Champlain Park. Number 1, as we've talked about throughout the broadcast, is Maple Grove. They're hosting Anoka tonight. The 4-5 matchup is intriguing, Tutino and Andover. as it frequently is, the 4-5.
Isn't that amazing how Andover dropped back down into the metro section here? They're not up north anymore. And Rogers, thank goodness for everybody else, has moved over with Edina in Section 6.
Well, I'll tell you, there is not a team in the state that wants Rogers in their section.
Yeah,
not even Edina.
Yeah.
That Rogers team.
They're coming on at the end pretty strong.
They were really fun to watch, and they have all of the intangibles that you want, and they stay in system.
Yep.
They've all got speed, high hockey IQ all the way across the board.
And we have a goaltender pulled with 3:09 left. So we'll see what happens.
You've got 8 seconds left on the power play. You've got a 6-on-4 briefly, but you're down 3 and the season's on the line.
No, they didn't win the draw.
But they win the draw. They deflect it out to center. Lockman gets there and he sends it into the empty net.
Too easy. Nice play. Win the draw. Ring it around. Chip it out. Forward on the fly. Very, very well executed by Blaine. And that will pretty much do it. You got to try it. But again, you got to win the draw. That's the key.
Yep.
6 people, 4. You got to win the draw and then get the loose puck. But Blaine got everything right on that one.
Yep, a hard ring around, a deflection pass to the defenseman trying to hold, and then you got your center Lockman getting to the puck, and just don't miss the wide open net. You got 24 square feet. Make it count.
Yep, well, just good, smart play. And Blaine's done that pretty much all day. Good, smart team. Do a lot of good things.
Across to Clark. Clark into the zone, looking for Ryerson. It was a little behind him. He's tied up by Olsen in the corner. Barsness there to support, trying to center. That was broken up. Bouch back the other way for Cruz Harper. Leads it for Bouch on the entry. Bouch trying to jam it in short side. Harper pokes it home. He has the hat trick.
Well,
or maybe not.
Yeah.
It was it's Brady Lockman that got it. So he got the empty netter. And now he's got another.
Well, again, too bad. SLPCR plays a great period. All of a sudden, 2 goals go popping in to make it look worse than it was. You know, they dominated play for a little bit. I wouldn't say dominated, but they controlled play for.
They held their own.
Yeah, they held their own for that period.
They got good chances. They forced them back and forth. They made the Bengals think about defending at least.
Yeah. But, you know, those little things that you just saw in the neutral zone right there have caused them problems all day. Blaine somehow gets that puck behind him and comes in and gets control of the zone. He's been we've seen that.
And you can't just fan on shots. And Lou rips it off the crossbar. Right. Burns trying to fire it through.
Keep playing till the end. Don't make it look worse than
Bernovic waiting on it. He fans at the blue line and then just plays it in deep.
Yeah, what's with the ace? Is it sticky down there or slow? A lot of that today.
Adams able to get it through. Backhand in close. Shut down by Anderle. Guzzi through center. Into the zone. Snaps it on target, but right into the glove of Zach Bushy. 1:19 to go.
For Blaine's 40th shot. Bushy's made 34 saves. I mean, he's had a stellar effort today. Too bad those last 2 got by him, but they did.
Well, in his play, especially in the first period, was the difference in this game. I mean, if he doesn't play the way that he did in the first period, Blaine has got a big fat lead after the first 17. And instead, it was a 1-goal game, and the SLPCR converts on that first power play of the night. Yeah, kept it tied for 6 minutes, and then Bengals get a bounce, and then another one, bang, bang. And in credit to SLPCR, they came out, played their best period of the night here in the third. Unfortunately, just couldn't find a way past Wesley Anderle.
And Anderle was strong, too. When he had to make saves, he did. And he really handled the puck well a couple times when he had to break up plays. He's a good goaltender. You can see why he's got a save percentage of about 90.
Anytime a goaltender handles the puck well and can clear the zone themselves, that is like a coach's best friend.
It sure is. For the young goaltenders out there, make sure you learn how to handle that puck.
And if you do, make sure it gets past the blue line.
It's always
Pooter couldn't quite keep the zone. SLPCR regroups. Tranby ahead, that's broken up. Adams able to carry in. He snaps a shot on. Blocker save. Chopped at by Cole Carlson, but couldn't get another shot on net. Tranby able to keep it in at the line. Last 10 seconds. Bernovic plays it across to Harper. Harper back to Bernovic. Tipped away by Tranby. It'll just be swept into the corner, and that'll take us to the buzzer. The end of the season for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, and on to the semis for the Blaine Bengals.
Well, they give it an effort. You got to be proud of the way you played the third period. You played great to start all 3 periods. This Blaine just had a little bit more, and they were able to get the victory 6-1. But that's how it should go.
They're a good team. There's a reason they're the number 2 seed. They can score a lot, and they can do it all throughout their lineup. And they look forward to likely Centennial on Saturday. But they know if they want to make it to the big dance, the ultimate prize, they're going to have to go through Maple Grove.
More than likely, they'll have to go through Maple Grove, which they tied earlier in the year. So it's possible. I wouldn't overlook this Blaine team. They could definitely make it there. They have a good deep squad, and they play a good team game.
Playing some of their best hockey of the season at the right time as well, and helps. It's never bad, especially at playoff time, to have an NHLer behind the bench.
Yeah, that helps. They're 7-4-3 in the new year, and I think they're 3-0-1 their last 4. Now they're 4-0-1. Add this one in, so they're playing good hockey when you need to at the end.
And that is going to wrap it up for our coverage of hockey this season. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jared Grant, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.